Hello again, Paul McFarland here talking to you about Chiat, but today we're going to talk specifically about NYNEX. All the NYNEX stuff, which started with these, actual listing the book torn out. And then of course we have these fantastic commercials. Bing! Do you have escargot? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. That one and Jimmy plays Monterey. Ha! These. And there were extensions to the campaign, like where they, did a thing with bulldozers, and it reminded me, my great buddy Cabell Harris, he, kind of showed in, some of the stuff he worked on where they had the bull upside down on the billboard for a while. And then they would add, bulldozers. And what was so great about that, they were showing the riddle and then answering it in time on a billboard. People drive past it every day and they talk about it and they talk about it and they talk about it, and when they eventually reveal it, and then they all have a laugh. That's just one of the executions, which was really extended it. And it's amazing to me that this was for the NYNEX Yellow Pages, and why a smart national Yellow Pages or a much bigger city, bigger player didn't buy it and continue this and continue this. This would have made a great Google campaign. Looking for something? If it's out there, it's in here. The NYNEX Yellow Pages. Yeah, why would anyone use another? The NYNEX Yellow Pages. Why would anyone need another? Because there were others. So what do we have here? I'm going to invoke the mighty spirit of mischief here. Before I go talk about NYNEX, I'll mention something I noticed about Mischief's work. A lot of their campaigns, their ideas, their work, essentially uses a bit of spoofery, fakery. What if Satan really had a dating app? What if there was a website called Moist Panties? What if there really was a pizza place that did this? It's fakery. It's fun fakery. A lot, not everything, but there's a certain thread that runs through a lot of their executions where they take something that would be hilarious to poke culture with and put something in culture as if it's real to make a point. Not everything, but there's a certain amount of that. And what that has, and it's all its wet finger in culture here, Mischief's work respects the audience. At a time when it's been a long time since an agency's work, and there are some examples of some good shops here, and if you know one I missed, put it in the comments, where their work respects the viewer's intelligence. Most advertising agency work, small ones and big ones, assume that people are stupid and in a hurry and are not going to care, and they do things for that. What these things do, they show something very interesting. Now here, this part of the campaign, literally cutting up the phone book so you have some intimacy there. But you have to cut it up in a way that sort of makes someone look at it. What is that? It's backwards, mirrors, that's the best one in a way. Tattoos removed, like it's been erased. And marriage brokers, it's been cut in half, right? And, bead stringing. You kind of, with that, you kind of wonder, like someone had the idea and tried to see, was there something that fit it? I don't know. Stains. And of course, the best one, mirrors. Backwards. What that does, it puts a riddle out there. And don't we love riddles? It's human nature. We like riddles. But if you look at most advertising, it's the opposite of a riddle. It gives you the question and the answer all at the same time and just says, here, click, tap. It tells you everything. It doesn't trust in mystery. In the TV commercials, you have these interesting, groups and people. But what they did with the consistency, it was Cream and Godly, from 10cc, worked on this stuff. That would have been great to meet them. is starting with the little bing of the zills, the finger symbols, and then people walking out of the camera moving, and it's very strange. And you just see something that's going on, and it seemed very strange. And if you, especially after you've seen one or two, you think you know it's an NYNEX spot, and your job is to figure out what it is. And then the payoff, if it's out there, it's in here. And I would say most people would have figured out, maybe 10% of the audience could figure that out the first time they saw it. You know, civil engineers, you know, where the train conductors are sitting and being like, oh, sorry, yeah, please, yeah, some tea. Civil engineers. And furniture stripping, where it's just a chair sitting there, and then comes, you know, and at the end, you know, it even twirls the tassels, you know, like on the armchair, and boing, you know, flies off. Rock drills is probably the funniest, because here, I'll read the comment from here. It says, for rock drills, we use the London Ballet guys. The fun of it also is that the references can become a little oblique. Again, trust in your audience, challenge them. Do something for the 1% one. Getting ahead of the story. Like on one point, the drill sergeant yells out, Jimmy plays Monterey. He could have just yelled out, heavy metal. But we decided, no, this joke is for the 0.002% that will get it. But if they get it, they're going to feel really cool about it. You know, I've talked about this for years. When you challenge your audience to learn something or to know something, and you put something out there that makes them feel like, oh, they should know it, it's intriguing. If you've ever seen the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful adult cartoon Archer, the dialogue overlaps, and the fact that each one of the characters is so stupid, but they also are masters of minutia of something. And no matter what's going on, bullets could be flying, and some ridiculous small bit of minutia in pop culture or whatever will come in, and sometimes it goes by so fast and you think, I don't know what that is, so you get your phone out and you look. That is so important. When you put things out there that most people aren't going to know, of the most people that don't know, some of the people are actually going to look it up, and some of the people are going to learn, and some of those people are going to love you. But clients are so nervous about that, and agencies are so nervous about that. We can't put that in there. No one will understand it. See? That's what great account people are for. Holding a client's hand when they're nervous and supporting it with marketing smarts. Or the creative people, you know? The creative executives, the people who pitch and sell. You got to know how to sell this kind of work and persist and make sure it gets done to the point where the client owns it and pushes it too. Oh, what if we did this instead? Yeah, great idea. It's our spot now. Do you get this? You know what I'm talking about here? When you're working with a client and you involve them to the point where they're part of it and they make it more interesting and fun and they have that ownership, that's the best. The best. But the point is, this NYNEX campaign, which is it's right here in the cover, this would make a fine banner ad campaign. It would make a luscious TikTok campaign. But you know why you don't see this stuff? Because when people put it out on TikTok, well, not everyone, and on online banner ads, most people, they just don't care. They don't care about making it special. You know, if you don't believe someone is looking at your ad with the hope that it will be fun, that they may learn something, that it may be inspiring and life-changing, if you don't even believe that there's one person out there who's looking for that, you're in the wrong fucking job. You really are. You should be ditch digging, you should be doing spreadsheets or whatever. This is about loving the human race. And using riddles, using minutia, shows care and respect to the audience. Again, the stuff that Harris, he posted earlier today, when he was part of one of the Chiat Moyo, they were billboards in the city where the picture's up there for a while. And then after a week or whatever, then you put in the answer. It's that beautiful understanding of humanity where when we see something we don't understand, we draw. We're drawn in. It's like what in predators and prey. The prey runs away, and it gets chased. It's the same logic, basic human 101. When you make something that's interesting and people don't know what it is, that's why you see a lot of videos that love to do the, hey, is this really what President Biden said? And it seems impossible, so we're drawn in. You see something that looks like it's some strange alien or whatever. Part of your mind says this can't be, but you look at it more and more. That's human nature. Understand human nature, the interesting side of human nature. Use puzzles, use riddles. Be fascinating. I don't care what your media is. If a client tells me, we got to do this, we need a banner ad for this, can you get it out tomorrow? Say, no. We're going to come out with the most amazing banner ad possible so that whatever percentage of the people see it will love you more than for whatever you want them to do. Caring, really caring about the work, caring about the craft, caring about the effect and impact you're going to have on the world is valuable. If you can get the world to look at your ad more, to want to look at your ad at all, to appreciate your ad because you taught them something or it was fun, that is capital. That is currency you should be able to spend. Instead, if you're doing ads for algorithms, you're not doing it for human beings. I do ads for human beings, not algorithms. And we human beings are curious, inquisitive, strange little creatures who think strange things and do strange things when we see strange things.